So after I turn it on the battery from here, then I'm gonna press and hold the power button. It turns on. It shows how much percentage the battery has, and there is the trip. How many kilometers was your trip? Right now there is like 0.6 for testing purposes. And the odometer, it will show totally how much your bike is used. There's the power output. It shows how much power you're using at the moment, and the speed, of course. It will show the speed. We have throttle here on the right hand side. Once the bike is on, and if it's on the level 1, so the separating, it will go to the highest speed possible. So it goes to the max speed. I can show you here. So the max speed on this bike is 32 kilometers an hour. To turn on the lights, you can press and hold this button. You can see the light is on rear. When you press the brakes, they will be even brighter. And these brakes comes with cut-off system, so which means once you brake, it will cut the power, so the power will not give you assist. Unless you release the brake, then it will give you assist. On the other hand, we have the plus and minus button, which this plus button was for light. If you press and hold, it will turn off. And then if you want to change the speed while you're pedaling, this is only especially for pedal assist. You can press the plus button, and you can see there is like level of gears. It has 5 electrical gears, so now it's on the 5, means it's fastest mode. If you lower it to the 1 is the lowest. You can even put on 0. Now it's like a normal bike. You don't use any electric power. I can show you here. Right now, it's just normal bike. If we put it on higher level here, let's say at 5, when you pedal very slowly, it will give you the highest assist. One more option you have here, when you press and hold the minus button, it's going to assist you with walking. For example, if you're climbing somewhere uphill but you're going to walk with your bike, or if you're on the sand just walking with the bike and you need the bike to assist you, press and hold this button. It shows a little bit like a small icon of walking, and it's at the pace of 6 kilometers an hour. It will assist you. If you need to climb stairs with the bike and need a little push, you can use this. So here we have a 7-speed shifter, which this one, when you press it, it will lower the speed, and this one will increase the speed. But you're gonna only shift the gears when you're riding. You're not going to shift the gears while the bike is solid, stay there. So I'm gonna use pedals. While pedaling, you can shift one by one. Now to the lowest gear. It's the first gear, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Seventh is the highest gear. So it's already tuned up, so you don't need to touch anything. If you need adjustments, you can use these adjustments, limit screws, and tension. So these brakes are Tektro hydraulic brakes. They don't need any maintenance other than replacing brake pads. Sometimes if you misuse, or if there is lots of dirt that goes into the system, then you need to do the bleeding. But the brake pads, you're gonna need to change it about every 2,000 kilometers. And it's a 2-piston hydraulic brake. You can see it comes with 180mm rotors from Tektro, very strong. And you have 20-inch fat tire wheels. You have a quick release saddle here. Adjust them to your height. Yeah, you have here the fork, which you can actually lock it. If you don't need this suspension to work, you can just lock it. If you want this to be smooth, you can. Very soft, so it will help you for a smoother ride. So for all electric bikes from Movin or any other brand, especially with the batteries, you need to be very careful. And there are some tips I'm gonna share with you. For example, when you're using the bike, once you get home, make sure the batteries get to the room temperature and warm up before you're charging them, because it may cause a problem. Don't leave them overnight charging or unattended charging. Remove the batteries from the bike if you want to charge them. It's much safer than having it on the bike. If the battery is on the bike and it's on the balcony or somewhere which wind can fall the bike while charging, because the wires can cause a shortage. And I told you earlier, so on the multi-plug, don't use the multi-plug. If there's just on straight wire to the wall, you can use that. Make sure the battery and charger are compatible 100% before using it. Or sometimes people lose their chargers and they get aftermarket chargers. So make sure it's not happening, because they might not be compatible and it can cause problems for your battery, and it will not be safe. And when you want to charge your batteries, make sure the wire on the charger is not on the way. For example, if I charge it here, if someone is crossing here, there's lots of traffic, they might step on the wire and actually cause fire even. So it's not recommended to put at those areas. And one last tip, when you have dual battery e-bike like this, you always need to put both batteries on the bike while using it. For example, if you have one of them removed, now this area is very vulnerable, so water and anything can go here and stay there. I will cause short circuits which will damage your e-bike. So never ride without one of the batteries, or when these areas are exposed to outside objects. It can, for example, if these wires touch each other, they can right now start to make a short circuit.